Your guide to delicious food in the comfort of your home. Today on Learning Cuisine, let us help you make date night extra special. Juicy steak, potatoes, and veggies is on the menu, made vegan and non-vegan. Date night has never been better. I'm B. Will, and this is Chef T.
Yeah.
Chef, take us through it.
So first thing we're going to do is we're going to start with the potatoes. Normally you can use whatever. I want to do the little fancy joints. You feel me? Just cut them in half. And after you cut them in half, we're going to blanch them. Blanch them is when you drop them in water, boiling water, salted water, for about, 5 or 10 minutes till they're soft. All right, the next thing we're going to do, we're going to add in string beans. When you have steak and potatoes, you got to have wonderful green things. So we're going to do the string beans. We're going to do these old school in the country, you feel me, fresh out the farm. Go ahead and snap the tops off. Boom. And then when you see a little thin vein, go ahead and pour that out. So, all right, so pretty much if we like cabbage, we like Brussels. Brussels is like a small cabbage. But the thing is, when we're young, we either get them out of the can or we get them when they're overcooked and just tossed in butter. But we're going to roast them today because that's what's going to give you that texture. So, first thing with Brussels, go ahead and cut your bottom off. Boom. Get rid of all your extra leaves, push that to the side. Then after you get through with that, we're going to cut it in half. Okay, now we have our wonderful poblano peppers. This right here going to be for the vegans. Now, we don't eat steak, but don't worry about it. We're going to cook this just like it. First thing, you see this little brown stuff on the top? That's dirt that just comes from what it's grown in. All you have to do is get you a nice dry towel, wipe it off. Do it like that. Then you cut the bottom off. Boom. What I do is I go ahead and give it a quick little press. Also, these right here, just take your knife, boom, scrape that out. This is what's going to keep it from getting so moist and wet like mushrooms do. We're going to hold the texture. Cut the bottom. Next, we're going to do red onion. Now you can usually do white onion, but we're going to do a little red onion for color and a different type of flavor. So I like red pepper because it adds flavor and depth. Like green peppers are cool too, but the red peppers add a little sweetness to it. Next, we're going to go into the poblano pepper. Now y'all might remember this from the last episode, but the reason you want to use poblano peppers instead of green peppers, because they give you a nice, rich, savory pepper flavor. We're going to use the bottom of the green onion because we want that light onion flavor in the back. And what I'm doing here is, you get them and they have that little dirt on the bottom. Just get you a dry towel and just wipe it. It's going to get all that off instantly. After that point, it's just give it a nice little. You don't even have to cut it really thin. You can cut it thicker because it's going to be a part of the veggies. All right, so now we're going to get to the kale. A lot of people usually use spinach, but I like kale because the texture is better. It gives you more body. And we like that body, yada, you feel me? So with the kale, you got a spot right here in the corner of your hand. It's very important. All you have to do is push right in the furthest corner of your hand and pull. We're going to prepare our water for the blanching process. Pretty much blanching, you bring your water, your salted water to a boil. And once you bring it to a boil, whatever you're blanching is really good for green vegetables, you drop it in. You only drop it in for seconds. It might be like 30 to 60 seconds. Pretty much you're pre-cooking it, drop it in ice water, and that holds the color for you. Wow. So this is going to be for our potatoes. This is going to be for our string beans. And we're going to do it like that. We're going to show you how to do it the good way. You got your string beans. You got your potatoes in the water blanching. Also, get you a large skillet. Put you a nice amount of oil in it. Remember that kale that we did? We're gonna saute it, boom. Hit it with a little garlic, hit it with a little Korean chili flakes, a little water, your kale is gonna be ready. Now you don't want it to overcook. So as soon as you see that, see it start to caramelize, add in your kale. Or it's gonna get all the way live. Hit it with a little bit of spice blend. Korean chili flakes is really good. We're gonna hit it with this mixture of black pepper and dried parsley. And then once you see it get like that, you see how it's cooking, hit it with a little bit of water. That's gonna go ahead and steam it for you. And then you just spin it around. Now what we're going to do is check our string beans. Let's see. They look like they got a little color to them. That's how you want them. We're going to go ahead and turn the heat off. If you have a platter, we're gonna dump it on your platter, and then go ahead and dump it in your ice water. What that does is when you dump it in the ice water, it stops the cooking process and it holds the texture right where it's at, and it also gives you a nice bright color. So that's why in a lot of fancy restaurants, the vegetables be so vibrant. They blanch them first, and the ice holds your color. Hit it with a little salt. And we'll put a top on top of it. Kind of just let it simmer and get to know each other. All right, so the Brussels, think of Brussels like a small cabbage. You're gonna blanch it for at least about, I'll give it about 5 minutes. Let it get real soft, because after we blanch everything, we're going to roast it. And that's what gives it that beautiful caramelization and color. And the more color that your vegetables have, the more nutrients they have in them. So that's a good thing about blanching. The vegetables we cut earlier, go ahead and put them in your hot smoking pan. That's going to give us that caramel color. Now what you're going to do is, the pan is hot, you want that caramelization. Caramelization is what opens up the sugars and gives it a nice sweet roasted flavor. Look at that. Y'all know what time it is. Hit them with that, that sprinkle. Hit it with a little salt, a little bit of pepper. There you go. We're gonna give it one more flip. What we're looking for is that caramelization. That's going to open the sugars up. We're going to let it cook for about 2 or 3 more minutes. Then after that, we're going to put it on the tray, roast our potatoes off. Then we're going to get to the sauce and the steak. Yeah. And so now we're getting ready for the potatoes. Put a nice little surface coating of oil, and that's going to make sure, you know, you get that nice little caramelization on them. We're going to try to cook the potatoes till they're crispy, and then after we cook the potatoes till they're crispy, you know, we're going to go to the next. So we're going to turn them all on the bottom. That's going to caramelize them better. I'm going to show y'all a little trick. If you smash them a little bit, you get them a little more crispy. Oh yeah, turn your heat down so you don't burn them. Now this is one I make myself. Berber spice, You should look it up. It's pretty cool. It's an African spice. It consists of about 20 different spice blends. Now, I didn't use 20 in mine, but you can mix it how you want to. But it's a wonderful traditional cultural spice that adds a little flavor to everything. For sure though. So this right here is a little bit of black pepper and dried parsley. Dried parsley adds a nice umami. Black pepper adds that little spice that make you go, ugh. So now that we got them brown, we're gonna give them a little. Oh yeah, that's the color we want right there. Always lay down a little paper towel to absorb the grease, you know? Kind of like how you do them home fries. All right, now we're gonna get to the steak part. Because we're doing vegan and non-vegan, we got these wonderful portobello mushrooms. Now when you get them, don't cut them, just lay them out flat like this. We're gonna take the rest from there. And right here, y'all see we got a beautiful cut ribeye. You see the fat lines. You need that fat, gives you a nice flavor.
So tell me, what's the secret to a juicy steak?
The secret to a juicy steak for me is definitely when you season it, pack your seasonings in. It creates a seal. And then you want a hot pan, because when you have a hot pan and a little bit of butter, it goes ahead and caramelize that side, seal it, boom. Flip it, seal it, and throw it in the oven. Then it'll cook through. Long as you seal the outside first where the juices ain't running out when you throw it in the oven, oh man, all the juices stay in. That's what you want.
I love it. And it smells so delicious.
Yes, thank you. And it's so colorful and so beautiful. You
I
feel
almost
me?
want to eat a potato.
Go ahead and try. Go ahead and get one. I'm not gonna tell nobody. You feel me? I'm gonna look this way. You feel me?
Now that's good.
Yeah.
That's super good.
Yeah.
Okay, well let's see how you gonna do these mushrooms.
All right. So these mushrooms, it's olive oil, coriander, cumin, a little bit of ginger powder, and a couple more things. We ain't gonna go into all that. Just take it, boom, go on top of your mushrooms like that. You don't have to hit the whole surface, because it's gonna do what it do once it hit that hot pan. Now, if you don't have this mixture, I mean, you can grab like your favorite spice blend. I'll tell you, Lawry's is fire, and it has salt in it, so that means you really don't have to salt it. But you can just use a nice little seasoned salt, or whatever your favorite spice blend is. Just make sure you add a little olive oil in it, so that the sauce, so that it'll spread. Alright, so how you like your steak?
I like it medium well.
Medium well? Okay, for sure. Now that's understood. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna cook it to a medium well. Go ahead and hit it with a fair amount of oil. Don't be afraid. Now this right here is a canola olive oil blend. Hit it with a nice little, boom. Because whatever you put in the pan is gonna absorb that oil. Now what you want is, you want a smoky pan, because we're gonna char it. We're gonna char it, throw it in the oven for about 7 minutes, get it to that mid-well you like, woo, then we out of there. So now we're gonna add the mushroom. Ooh, y'all see it. Press it down a little bit. Turn the heat down. The best sound ever. Ooh. Now with the steak, you can get you a spatula or some tongs. And press it down. Make sure it's, it's flat a little. It's flat. Because when it's flat, hold up, I'm just gonna give y'all a little preview. Y'all hear it. Ooh. That shit look like that Long John's commercial. And then what we're gonna do, now we're gonna let it get a little more crispy on that side. Get you a nice little piece of butter. Drop it in. Want to see that butter come alive. A little secret to butter, the reason you add the butter, when you add butter, the fats are gonna cook. And when the fats cook, it gives it like a nice little nutty, cheesy flavor, because it's brown in the butter. Now watch this. Ooh, look at that. So we're gonna brown it on this side. Once we're browning on that side, we're gonna throw it in the oven for about, I think 7 minutes should get it to a good mid-well. Mid-well gonna be about 150 degrees internal. And then after that, you pull it, let it rest, slice it. Ooh, wait till this come together. Perfect date night. Mushrooms. You see how I kind of soften up flatten out a little bit. Now what that's doing is cooking the moisture out. Oh, boom, look at that. Shit down there look like that steak. Let it cook on this side with the mushrooms. All you gotta do is let it cook on this side for about another 60 seconds. Turn the heat up, pull it to the side, let it rest. We're gonna get back to it. Now we're gonna make our cream sauce first. What we're gonna do is we're gonna make a roux first. Now a lot of us know roux from making gumbos. That's the thickener. So we're gonna add your butter. Once your butter starts melting, add in your flour. What the butter is going to do is going to toast your flour and thicken. Have your whisk available and go ahead and stir your flour into your butter. And once you give it's going to give off a nice little kind of like nutty, cheesy smell. That's how you know that the flour is ready to add your liquid. And you're going to see it brown. So now we're going to go ahead and add in a little bit of garlic. Add in our heavy cream and milk. Turn your heat down a little bit. Now go ahead and stir it. Mix it up. Now we're going to hit it with a little bit of veggie stock. You see how fast that's thickening up? Just to smooth it out. A pinch of salt. A pinch of your parsley and black pepper. And then stir it up. Turn your heat down. When you turn your heat down, that's just going to give it a chance to come together without burning. What you want to test for is how thick it is. When you're whisking it and you see it kind of sticking to the side like that, and when it's sticking to the side and it's coming down the side slowly, then you know it's at the point of thickness. You want the pot is hot. It's gonna, as soon as you turn the heat off, it's gonna keep heating when you leave it in the pot. So boom, you see that? That's thick. And I'm gonna show y'all another quick little way to test that too. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that look like something that should be in a bottle in the store, you feel me? But this right here is gonna be a garlic, nice little garlic cream sauce for your steak. Oh man. So how you know it's done? Usually you can do a couple things. Feel it, now it feels firm. That's one way. Another way you can do it is get you a small, sharp knife, and you can poke it. Now when you poke it, you're going to see the blood come out. Boom. You see that one? So that means this right here is really at like a medium. See that little blood right there, the color? Now if you like yours a medium, you can leave it like that. But we're going to cook this to a mid-well. So we're going to flip it over real quick with our knife. Ooh, look at that. You can hear how crispy that is. We're going to throw it in for a couple more minutes. After that, it'll be ready. We're going to let it rest up. You feel me? All right, so now the steak is done. Let's see how them edges look. You feel me? Now it's time to plate it. First, we're going to pour this. Oh, you can smell. Look at that. You can see that. We're gonna hit it real quick because I know you're ready to eat and they're ready to see how it tastes. So we're gonna, boom. cream sauce. We're just gonna do it like that. Cause you know, a good steak don't need sauce. So we're just gonna put it over there and just let it. Oh, we're just gonna put a little bit. Oh man, look at that. Look how slow. Looks like it's raining goodness. Oh, look like it's snowing on it. Just gonna hit it with a little bit of salsa verde on the top. Sitting there looking at her and she's salivating. Go ahead and just wipe the plate off for her. Make sure you show her that you care.
Well, this is my favorite part, y'all. The part where you get to taste and dive in those flavors. Okay. Woo. I'm excited about this.
It's like, well, we're gonna do this for the vegans right here.
Yes. Hold on.
Okay.
First, we gotta say a little prayer.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay. Thank you so much for the food and for the person that prepared it and the person that recorded it. And shout out to Learning Cuisine. Amen.
Yes. Amen. Big Learning Cuisine, you feel me? Now look, listen, bro. If you don't cook this the right way, you're gonna fuck up your date night. Don't do that.
It's made perfectly, y'all.
Yes.
Well steak.
Oh, look at that. I don't know which is more sexy, us or the food. You feel me? Oh shit. Yeah, that shit hit. That shit hit. What's your favorite part?
The vegetables are so tender, but not wilted. You can taste that they're still healthy.
Yeah, it's still fresh. Crispy.
Look how I've been into that green bean.
Oh, let's see if they can hit that. Tell me, y'all. You ain't learning cuisine with us, man. You ain't learning. That's it.
Right.
You feel me?
Thank you so much for staying tuned in to Learning Cuisine, and I hope that this works out. We can make it at home.
Yes.
We'll see y'all next time.
For sure, though. For sure.